How do you accuse someone of being uh, transphobic when they just shared a story on how they connected with somebody, whatever their sex is, whatever they do with their life, they connect with somebody on being a human, the human side. Like, how could they be transphobic and not connect with the human side of Daphne? That was it. That was the human side. I'm having a human experience. I don't want you to understand me. Dave Chappelle doesn't punch up. Dave Chappelle doesn't punch down. Dave Chappelle punch lines. Hot. Check 1 2 1 2, y'all. I might check 1 2. My name is Donnell. I'm here to say that the podcast lived another day. And one thing I want to say, by the way, because when we get back on the mic, you know we go slay. Hey, say yas to the bros and the gays. Yay, says. I got bars for days. My eyes might be a glaze. You go from here to here, guess what? That's a maze. You think I'm crazed. No, I'm lazed. I'm lazed on the laser that's lazing on the lighter. The lighter that make you go hotter than fire. Brooklyn, put your lighters up. Philadelphia, put your lighters up. Arkansas, put your lighters up. Milwaukee, put your lighters up. Kalamazoo, put your wifers up. Y'all see the swag didn't change, but it's still the same. I know people like, is it a way, can you start or reintroduce a podcast and just straight go at the fucking haters? Like, just right off the top. Like,
Go for it.
Shut the fuck up. You just gave up on the podcast, huh? So you just gonna leave us out? You just gonna leave us out like that, Donnell? No more podcasts, really?
Apparently not.
Apparently not, but it was gonna be at my time, and I'm not saying in a cocky way.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the Donnell Rawlings show, at its prime, it was doing like right in the middle of the pandemic.
Yeah.
When you don't have a lot of things to do.
Mm-hmm.
There's no shows.
Mm-hmm.
So you have time every day to say, oh, we got a podcast tomorrow. And while you're doing that, you say, man, once this shit start opening up, I might not have as much time for the podcast. And you try not to lose interest in the podcast. I never lost interest in podcasts. It was just, I wasn't selling candles no more, son. Yo, son, let me tell you.
Was I the biggest buyer of your candles?
You bought some candles. You bought some candles. So everybody bought some candles. It was like Oprah Winfrey of buying candles. You get a candle. Everybody get a candle. I had different scents, and I'm going to revisit that and go back to it. I actually had a chandelier that was doing research to come up with the right blends for the candles, and it was successful. The lotion was successful. You know what I'm saying? The merchandise was successful. And then the shit started opening up. I was like, man, I'm about to go back to getting on stage every night, you know, which is going to lead to something. If I get on stage every night, it's going to lead to something. And if I get on stage every night, it's only going to make me sharper. That's why I don't understand people like, well, I only work out when I'm getting ready for a special. No, motherfucker, I'm always ready, son. Always ready on any stage, whether it's 50 people, whether it's 500 people, whether it's 10,000 people, whether it's 18,000 people, whether it's 25,000 people, always stand ready.
But not ready to do a podcast weekly until now.
Not weekly, but I had to get, with anything, your energies start to shift for different reasons. Same thing happened in motherfucking relationship with bitches. You know, your energy starts to shift. You start going somewhere else. Not that you don't love this, but you start going somewhere else. And things were going somewhere else. But then I was like, something has to spark me to want to just do it and just do it by myself for the most part.
So what sparked you?
The closer.
Ooh, let's get into it.
Wait a minute. See, that's so fucking wrong, son. How you say, whoa, what was that? I'm just trying to understand what was, do we got to pick sides right now? I'm tired of being cool.
No, that was like a happy ooh.
No, that was not a happy ooh.
Should I do it again?
No, I don't want you to repeat it. Your ooh was like, ooh. Like, well.
No.
Fally. And the reason I want to talk about it, and I know everybody's talked about it. Everybody's talked about it. It's been a topic of discussion in the comedy world. It's everybody's talking about it. And the thing that's interesting for me was that I was with Dave at the beginning of the whole piece about Daphne. You know, I was on the road with him when he first discovered her, when he first was talking to her, when he found love for her. And I knew the nigga had love for her because the nigga pronoun game was on fire. Yo, real niggas, the last thing you gonna do is change their pronoun game up. You can't change black people pronoun games up. It's them. It's us. It's son. I've been playing it safe for the longest time because I was like, I'm non-binary to nothing. Everybody is son. But the fact that, here's the thing, this is why it's easy for me to dissect what was so wrong about the outrage.
Yeah.
Because I was there. I was there when he was touched by the relationship he was, how touched he was on how funny or tried to be funny she was. And touch on what her truth was. Her truth was so much that he got his pronouns right. He called her she. The first sign of someone possibly not being people, are you listening?
Yeah.
If you're looking for signs that person is not transphobic, then you have to look to the pronouns. And he had his pronouns on point. Right? Secondly, how do you accuse someone of being transphobic when they just shared a story on how they connected with somebody, whatever their sex is, whatever they do with their life, they connect with somebody on being a human, the human side. Like, how could they be transphobic and not connect with the human side of Daphne? That was it. That was the human side. I'm having a human experience. I don't want you to understand me. Dave Chappelle doesn't punch up. Dave Chappelle doesn't punch down. Dave Chappelle punch lines. And I'm saying this as a female with a dick. You know, like, it gets to a point where it's not outrage, it's like enough is enough. And then you ask someone, what are you calling for? What is the nature? Why do you want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to people or you just want to argue with people? What level do you operate on? Some people operate on outrage level. The only time they can be effective is when they're outraged. So they need those situations, right? But what level can you effectively communicate? And the biggest thing that's coming out of this whole thing with the closer is that finally something is starting to create a dialogue to a better understanding.
How so?
Understanding that your rights aren't understand that your rights aren't bigger than anybody else's rights. Understand that you've been suppressed, I've been suppressed. Understand that we go through the same thing because people want, well, which means more, the part of being black or the part of being gay? It's probably tougher being black. That would be my guess. But then being black and gay is probably super tough, you know? But we as a society are coming to the point where certain things that felt and looked weird back in the day, it don't look that weird no more. And that's just the acceptance. And this is the real shit I can say, the acceptance of, nigga, you got an Adam's apple. You know, accepting of it, understanding, okay, what you see, Donnell, is not what that person feels. So at some point, and that's where people have draw the gray line. How much of it will I accept to be understanding of it, to understand it? And I really think that we are at a different place on the way we look at that community. 100, I worked on a project, a BET project, and it was LBGTQ third. If I'm forgetting something, drop it in the comment box. But When I walked on the set, it was all LBGs. Niggas, I mean, LBG niggas everywhere. Nigga, they had girl, ABG boy, they had all the letters, son. Every letter that was represented in that set, every letter, and then they had some motherfuckers. There was going to be a new letter. There was waiting like a W or something they didn't even use yet. They got letters waiting for you, and it felt good. It felt good for me to be around that because I remember a time when you didn't see, only people you saw on the production set was white people. All white people. You might be like, oh, there go a black guy right there, there go a black guy right there. But it wasn't a lot. And that was even women. It was white, male dominated situation. You know? And shit switches up. I listened to the whole Daphne story, man, and I get frustrated is because when you close to somebody, when you know what their level of integrity is, you know their heart is, whatever, when someone talks shit about them and then paid them out to be the person that you know is not that person, you get defensive. You know? It doesn't make sense. And going back, I know I'm probably all over the place, but one of the things that the Closer has created is an opportunity for people to talk. What is your misunderstanding of me? Why don't you understand me? Why don't you understand me? Because you don't know anything about me. When I did this shit about Lil Nas, my brother called me. He said, I feel some type of way, right? About the Lil Nas thing. What I meant by it, what I was thinking, right?
You want to run that back for all the people who don't know the scenario, don't know your brother?
My brother, I have a gay brother. I had to admit that I got triggered. And what triggered me was, first off, I've said it so many times before, my son is a huge fan of Lil Nas. Right? This is the part people miss out, right? They just, like, my son is a huge Lil Nas fan.
Okay.
Like, Old Town Road, son, that's how I connected with this little nigga.
You connected with your son over Old Town Road?
1,000%. That was the song that birthdays, when I would bring him on stage and he wanted to tell a joke that he forgets, so he go to his song, that was his shit.
Oh.
You know, and then when Nas started switching up, I just didn't know how to explain it to him. Everybody's like, well, just explain it like art. I'm like, all right, I get it. I get art. But he was on a horse, now he's sliding down a pole to the devil. And I'm triggered as any nigga would be. I'm like, what the fuck is you doing, son? Enough is enough. I got instantly triggered. I was like, yeah, how am I supposed to explain this to my son? Man, them motherfucking barbs. First of all, I didn't know that this nigga was the original Barb. You know,
yeah,
he's a Barb. I didn't know he was a Barb, nigga.
Yeah, the whole Nicki Minaj.
I thought he was just Yaz. I didn't know he was a Barb. Barb is a whole different level, son.
What do you mean?
The Barb community?
Yeah, explain.
They are vicious.
Okay.
They're nasty. They use a lot of syllables in their words. They are very powerful. They get mad and they won't stop. They attack your timeline and they put clown faces and emojis and shit. Like, they came for me one time. They Nicki Minaj's. They worked for Nicki Minaj, the Barbs.
Yeah.
And they came at me for like 3 days straight.
What'd you do?
I said that little white chick, the one that blew up off of Dr. Phil. I forget her name. The little girl that was
the Catch Me Outside girl.
Catch Me Outside bitch, right?
Yeah.
Woman, right? And I said something to the effect that, the reason why Nicki Minaj, I'm about to be attacked again, son. I learned my lesson, son. I say, they about to get me a goddamn kid. Y'all make sure y'all go to donnellrawlings.com and make sure you go to see me in the show, because this shit might not last like I thought it was gonna last.
Buy some candles.
Yeah, buy some candles. No, I got some other shit. But listen, they tried to cancel me, son.
Yeah.
They was like, yeah. They was calling me a clown and putting bullseye on my timeline and shit. Because I said the reason why Nicki Minaj retired, I said Cardi B made her go into early retirement. And then I said, occur. Yo, I think it was a curr. A curr. Like, did you know?
Nailed it.
Huh?
You nailed it.
I know it, and they hit him hard, and they came after me. I was like, I don't want to fight with y'all. I fuck with y'all, man. We could all be the same, not on the same team, but we could just understand each other. But I found out that like the words like really mean a lot to people, and words need to be calculated. I didn't know there's a new thing out called period.
Oh,
Period.
you mean with the D and the T?
Yeah, you know that?
Oh yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Period.
Period.
Yeah.
Right. You gotta. If I did not know how dismissive that was,
Ooh.
I was leaving my hotel the other day, and there was a lot of these women outside, right? And they was out there. And they was like, you got to check out. You got to check out soon. Checkout is at 12. I came outside. I said, so you can't do all these other rooms. You want to bother me right now? Period. Nigga. Yo, I did not know. So I did like this. I said, period. Right? And then one of them said, period poo.
Ooh.
Period poo. Go to Urban Dictionary, see what it means. Yo, it's like period. Angela Yee told me if you say period and then end it with poo, it's the most disrespectful thing that you could say. Let me see if she'll answer me. Hold on. If this phone will work, this phone's bad crazy. But yeah, I guess I'm saying all that to say, everybody, I've been all over the page. But
How was the grill?
hey, Yee,
Right.
I just started my podcast again, right? You my first guest by accident. I know you don't want to be on it, right? But I was trying to explain the importance of period poo. What does that actually mean?
It's just like an extra exclamation. It's not just period, but it's like period poo.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Period poo, right?
Yeah, you gotta like kind of spit the poo out.
Poo, like boo, like a boo poo?
No, it's like a poo, like
Poo.
yeah.
Okay, what, how would I do my hands though? It's a certain way, it's a gesture I do, right?
You kind of gotta have one hand on your hip when you do it. and
What?
the other hand, you gotta like wag your finger.
What? Wait, like poo. Do I stick it, do my head shake at the end?
Yeah, you gotta shake your head 2 times.
Oh, poo. Like that?
It gotta be period to the left, poo to the right.
Period to the left. Period to the right. Yep, I just nailed it. Period, poo. Yeah, I did it. I did it, son. Yo, the grill was amazing. Yeah, I just want to tell you, I didn't expect to have nobody. I'm just up here talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm just here talking. I don't hear myself in the microphone, but I was just thinking about good shit that's happening. Your people at the grill was fantastic. We went in there. We had a ball. I murdered the Barclays Center. It was like bullet. It was great, man.
I'm glad you had a good week, a good couple of weeks.
Yeah, I had a good. Oh man, there's more to come. It's more to come.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like when you have fun and I'm not there.
Yo, you don't understand. I felt like it wasn't right. I stopped having some fun thinking about you. It did. Guess what? The oil wasn't back on, son. They didn't put the oil on, but they gave me some oxtail. We had a great time.
All right, good. All right.
Yep. And guess what? Another thing, son. Y'all know how y'all bitches women be trying to go places. Don't tell me, right? Right?
Yeah.
So Ricky, unbeknownst to me, Ricky is going to, I found out she going to Cancun the same time I'm going to be in Cancun. And she didn't want me going on a girls trip. Now I'm about to invade her whole fucking birthday weekend for Fuzzy.
All right, well, I'll see you there because I'm going to be there too.
Oh, wait, are you serious? No, don't fuck with me. I got excited. Are you really?
No, I'm just
Why you do that shit, man?
I'm planning another trip without you.
Yo, Yee, that's one person. A lot of people, you're one person. You can't do that to me, Yee. You can't do that to me. You can't get me excited like that. I'm tired of that in my life, getting excited to get let down. You don't do that to me no more. All right?
No. All right.
But I'm definitely going to see you in New York for the Untitled documentary at the Garden, right?
All right, yes, I'll definitely be there.
And I know we supposed to have some plans to do something else. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited.
Listen, I'm on vacation that whole week too. Don't play with me.
I don't threaten you with a good time. Let's go, nigga.
Let's go.
Positive vibes only. Here's my new theme song. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. I am a sinner. That's probably gonna sin.
And you should listen to that.
Listen to what?
There's a song called Period Poo. So make sure you
Is
listen
it?
to it.
How much seconds? Period, poo. Period, poo. I'm back like crack cocaine put in the pot with water and soda and thrown on flames. I'm so excited, man. I'm always happy to talk to you, girl.
All right, Donnell, I'm glad you started the podcast back up again. You were slacking.
I was just talking to these niggas, but I'm still mad at them niggas for getting mad about Dave and the closer. Let me get that shit off my chest, and then I go back to that shit, but I'm still mad at them niggas too.
Why are you mad at them?
Because they mad at me, and I ain't had nothing to do with shit.
Who is them?
Days, dims.
Don't do it, Donnell.
What?
I told you.
I did the right pronouns. What the fuck else do you want me to do? All right, I'm sorry, y'all. Is that the right pronoun?
Let me get off.
No, I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Man, one love. I'm going to see you soon, Yee. All right?
Okay.
I love you. Have a good day. See, that's a real bitch right there. Always answer my call. I love her. But period, poo. The moral of the story is go hard or go home. That's just, I think my rule of life. Go hard or go home.
Do you feel like comedy's gotten too soft now?
Not too soft. I mean, a lot of people don't want to speak their voice. They don't want to be who they really want to be. They're afraid because they're worried if who's going to not like something, or if will they approve of this? Will this cost me this amount of money? It's a lot of those things that stop people from being who they really are. But I think the real ones are going to stay true to who they are. You know, Bill Burr's, they didn't never waver. Chris Rock, those guys, motherfucking, what's that England motherfucker?
Jimmy Carr?
Jimmy Carr. It's a lot of names that just said, this is who I'm going to be.
Yeah.
You know? And it's not like, this is the thing. People are going to think, oh, you got the whack comics going to be like, oh, so now I'm going to say whatever I want to say. But you still have to be saying something. You know, you can't just, freedom of speech, you can't just want to exercise that with stupid thoughts. That's when it gets convoluted and fucked up. Yeah, but that was some asshole shit you just said. You gotta, the toughest thing in this business is doing what the next man won't do. But if you can, you'll win. It's always a scenario where everybody chose this, but this guy chose something different. And I give you a perfect example. It just happened to me recently. I'm doing a Martin Lawrence Lit as Fuck tour. And I got dates. It's probably like an 18-city tour. I think I got 5 or 6 dates. I have Houston coming up. I have Dallas coming up. I think that's going to be the end of the run, right? So we did a show in Philadelphia the other day. Shout out to everybody, hit stage. And I got off stage in Philly, and the next stop was Brooklyn. And I wasn't on the show. And I said, hold the fuck. My Brooklyn started coming out. The fuck, hold up. What the fuck? What up, nigga? Fuck Brooklyn, nigga. I looked at one of the promoters. I was like, Brooklyn, what fuck? What up? He was like, what did you just say? I was like, why am I not on the show in Brooklyn? Right? He was like, yeah, but I was like, no, son. Come on, son. I'm saying to myself, who is more Brooklyn than me on that joint? And the point I was making was, when I first went from DC, I lived in Brooklyn. That's most of my career.
Yeah.
I was only doing it for 9 months when I came up here. Most of my career was Brooklyn. I've seen it go through the transition of that area where the station was like train tracks, right? And it was like some shitty houses, little communities. I see it get gentrified, and I saw them selling. The white people just start knocking shot away, right? And then they built the whole stadium. And I used to, right from the place, there was an open mic comedy spot I used to go to, where Yassine Bey used to go, fucking Talib used to go, Jessica Care Moore used to go, right down the street. I'm like, y'all in Brooklyn, I'm not on the show? And then I said, fuck that. I looked right in his face, I said, I'm coming. That's what I said, son. I said, I'm coming. They was like, well, what, that you can't just say you coming. That means some money, right? I said, I'm coming. I said, they was like, but the budget, and it makes sense. It's tours at the end of it. Niggas ain't trying to add no more money to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I get that part, right? And I was like, I'm coming. I was like, I don't want no motherfucking money. I want to fucking perform at the Barclay in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Keep your motherfucking money. Just give me some time. And they brought me on, and the connection I had, because it was just like, it felt like just like a reward to know that I've been Brooklyn all day, to know that I can make a reference to a joke and be like, that nigga really was on Notion and Gates all day, every day with the frack, nigga, barack, nigga. Brownsville never ran, never do or die best die with the frack, nigga. And I made that connection. That whole crowd was like, crack, crack, crack. Like gats was going off, right? And I did that. This is what people understand. I said, doing what the next man won't do. I know so many motherfuckers like, I would never go do a concert as a guest spot, right? But I knew it wasn't about the money. It was about the opportunity. And then if you take advantage of the opportunity, dummy, you'll get the money.
Truth.
Hey, what am I doing? What am I doing? I fucking drive up to New York, crush the stage for Brooklyn, brap. And the same people that told me there wasn't no money gave me some money.
Was it less?
Yes, it was less. Of course, it was a gesture.
Okay.
And it don't even matter. I didn't even think about, I'm telling you, that the moment I got hanging out with my friends, New York audience is my home for comedy, my career, to be able to be in front of those people and perform, I don't give a fuck about the money.
Yeah.
And I did what I had to do. And to go from that to, we're doing a documentary, touring in 10 different cities, untitled documentary. And one of the screenings is going to be at Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
I'm going to be there. Will you do the next thing that's going to help you get on? Will you do it? You be ready. And just that, not just worrying about the money or any of that, it's probably going to give me an opportunity to make more money.
Truth.
And I'll let you guys know, money definitely isn't everything. Money can make your situation a little bit more comfortable, but that's about it.
So you actually mentioned earlier a situation where, like, your slogan being "I'm rich, bitch" got you in trouble. You care to elaborate?
Very awkward time to ask me a story. I want to do a segment called Dumbass Question. This is a good time for some type of music or something. And now this is another time we're going to take a minute away from the laughter and everything for a dumbass question. And what was your dumbass question again?
Well, Donnell, you mentioned a time earlier in which your slogan, "I'm rich, bitch," got you in trouble. Care to elaborate?
I didn't say it got me in trouble, but it was an embarrassing situation.
Okay.
We're all familiar with the iconic phrase that ends every Chappelle show. "I'm rich, bitch." We all know that any country or continent you go to, there's going to be someone there that will utter the word "I'm rich, bitch." But in the event of this situation, I was traveling in the Middle East. I was spending time and dining at some of the best restaurants Abu Dhabi and Dubai have to offer. I was with a whole bunch of billionaire players. These guys are like that own the capitals. These guys are like news motherfuckers, anchors, Brett, whatever the motherfucker is with the hair like that.
What?
This is a group. I'm over there.
It's a group of billionaire news anchors?
No, billionaires and news anchors.
Okay.
This party was hosted by Yusuf Atabey. I hope I'm pronouncing the nigga's name right. He's a U.S. ambassador to Dubai.
Okay.
And every year, he has a group of motherfuckers to go over there and just hang out.
Okay.
And that's what That's what we would do. And all these motherfuckers I'm around, these niggas got yachts, Prince, the robe shit and everything. So we going to go see Pharrell. This is when Happy was hot as shit. So we outside, and I didn't think I had fans over there. A couple of fans came up to me, and they was like, oh, shit, it is him. They was like, do it, bro. They was like, say it one time. I'm around all these billionaires. I had to look around, son. I'm around all these billionaires. I did like this. I did it like this. This is the lowest I've ever said that. I said, I'm rich, bitch. They said, what? I said, I'm rich, bitch. Look, I'm looking at this nigga right in his eyes, so don't make me scream it. I'm like this. I said, I'm rich, bitch. I said, I'm rich, bitch. They was looking at me like, I was like, I'm rich, bitch. And all them billionaires was looking at me like, shout out to the broke nigga at the rich party. Who the fuck let this nigga in here, son? How the fuck? Damn, what was that? Shout out to the broke nigga at the rich party. Ugh, how the fuck he get it? Some shit is on Compton, the Compton album. Man, goddamn, I wish I knew that phrase. But I guess I'm saying this. I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I don't think I ever left the podcast business. It's just that the time wasn't right. And then I think the time is right. I think with the different things that are happening in my life, the growth that I'm starting to see, some levels of success, I think I'm gonna have more things to talk about. And I just don't want to talk about these things with superstars and celebrities and them motherfuckers. I want to talk to you motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. Remember earlier you said, Donnell, what is this podcast gonna be about? I said it's gonna be, I got a lot of nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
It's so much good things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
And the craziest things, why these things are happening, this is what people don't understand about, I call it planting seeds. Last year,
yeah,
it was the most troubling time in any business. Some businesses flourished, some of them just was gone. And it was a time where you had to figure something out. And even when you weren't doing anything that was going to be lucrative to your bank account at that moment, creatively, you had to keep thinking outside the box. What's next when this shit is ready? And the whole summer, I would talk to you and I was begging you, son, come to Yellow Springs, right?
Yeah.
I was. And people, you laughed at me, son. This is what you fucked up. This is how you fucked up, right? You was like, yeah, I'm going to rent the best place. Yo, I'm like this.
No,
yes, you was, son. You was. Son, you was like, I need a 5-star. I'll treat you to the 5-star.
That's not.
Yo, I was like, you might get a star, 1 star, but it's stars, a half a star there. You put 2 or 3 stars together. You might have a 4-star by 2.5, whatever. I was like, get out here. And the reason why I said that is because at the time, and we all go through this, you was going through some things in your life. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and that's what Yellow Springs meant to me. Yeah. You know, it meant to me like, yo, I'm telling you, son, everything you're fucked up about, I'm like, nigga, get out here. All of my closest friends, son, people that I really care about, that when I was having this goodness and this greatness, I was like, nigga, I want you to share with this. You, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, come out here. And I know you like didn't understand it because it was new to everybody. Everybody's afraid to travel because of COVID. And every step of the way, each time I told you, I felt bad because I kept telling you different technologies we had. I was like, yo, first one, remember? I said, yo, we got the 20-minute blicky over here, right? We got one of them, right? Then the 20-minute one got played out.
Yeah.
And then we had the 10-minute jammies, son.
Yeah.
We went blood to boom, bop, bop. Every new technology came out, he had that shit. Before the NBA was doing a bubble, this nigga was already doing it.
It came to the point where you were asking me for favors and then showing up at my place with COVID tests.
Yeah, I was like, bam, 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 let's go.
Yeah.
But there was like, it was just an energy, bro. And people that came out there, it was like, you had fun. It was a very troubling time in the world. There was a lot of things going on. Black Lives Matter was going on, was at its height. There was a lot of things going on, and people was just trying to figure it out. And the one person I know, because I was there when the idea was birthed, was Dave Chappelle. When it first went down, this is what we got to do. This is what we have to do to maintain some type of normalcy. I want to hang out with my friends. but I got to get them niggas here safe. Boom, they go a jet, bang, you get a jet, bang, 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 bang. Let's go. And we created something that was dope. We created something that anybody that had any experience would remember it for the rest of their fucking life. Trips down a goddamn river, son. Can you imagine? Niggas don't be on the river like that. Nigga, we going down that bitch, listen to Pop Smoke, everything, son. One day, Chris Rock going down the river. One day, Ali Wong going down the river. Talib Kweli going down the river. Goddamn Kid Rock going down the river. Niggas like, what that nigga doing with that nigga? Yo, Kid Rock is going down the river and told me straight up, boy, this feel like I went through 12 hours of anger management.
Wow.
And he felt good, and that's what the river did. And all of that, and going through all of that, everything you're trying to do, this is the person, remember, guys, this is this transphobic guy. This is that guy. This is that guy. Positions his town to fucking win. Position his family to fucking win. Position his friends to fucking win. His community. A leader that didn't choose to be a leader, but is leading. And you want to stop that. A man that could do so much for so many motherfuckers, you want to cancel that voice. Shame on you.